Hello and welcome to Tip Tuesday. My name is Adam Waymer. I'm Director of Customer Success here at IndySoft, and today I am going to be rounding out what I am now calling the Set Charges Trilogy. You might have seen this previously, but if not, there are two great videos out there done by Angelina. One on how to import charges, which is covered here, as well as adding, editing, updating company charges. So do check out those videos if you have questions about those tabs. I'm going to take us through our update equipment and then the charges to template options that we have as well. One thing I'd like to stress is this could apply to a variety of different scenarios, from someone who's been a long-term IndySoft user to someone who's a newer IndySoft user. Depending on what you've done with charges, there are multiple ways of skinning a cat in IndySoft. So this is a tool to help clean things up, update things as needed, or just really update pricing for the upcoming year because you had a price increase. So there's a variety of ways of approaching this. I'll try to touch on some throughout the video here, but one important thing I want to mention is our charge templates. It's not discussed in this video because Set Charges doesn't actually interact with the charge template functionality very much. Charge templates, I think, though, if you're just getting started, it's a really great way to begin using charges in IndySoft because that adds that level above the template that you can then control a bunch of templates with, which then controls a bunch of equipment. So you find yourself interacting with much fewer points when dealing with charges, because again, you could have a lot of different types of charges, and especially if you're dealing with a unique contract you sign with a customer where you need to have something a little different for them than you do for everyone else. Do take a look. We do have a Tip Tuesday on charge templates as well. I would highly recommend giving that a quick look. So let's get started here with, we're going to work top down. We're going to finish this out with these three tabs. So update equipment charges. And that's playing with a little bit, so I've already got some items in the grid here. But basically what you would be doing here is choosing what equipment are you updating. So if I come in here to a select equipment, you will see it is like any equipment finder search you're probably familiar with in IndySoft. I can find assets here, I can build a filter box which will give me a very unique result set, and then all I do is choose what am I bringing down into the bottom grid. Do I want all these assets? I can just click this button. If I want to highlight a few assets and bring them down, I can just one by one. But when done, hit the add button and that's going to bring it into the grid. So right now I just chose two assets. You can see it's already highlighted setup charge type, because you could have a variety of charge types in IndySoft. A lot of different reasons. You might have an expedite fee. You might have all sorts of different elements that you charge customers for that you call different things. You might have different levels of calibration, but in this example we're just going to be dealing with a calibration. And if you've used charges before at IndySoft, you've seen the screen. One unique thing here, as you just might have noticed, the charge per unit, which is how much we're charging people, is blanked out. There's a reason for that. So right now I'm just saying I'm doing a calibration charge, and you can see here in the top right corner, charge type set up for calibration. That means every value of charge per unit I put here is going to be updating the calibration charge. Won't touch anything else. You know, I'm doing things on the cheap here. I'm trying to grow my market share, so I do real cheap calibrations. But for example, here I'm going to up these charges to have $5 and $10. If I do save charges, quick refresh, drops off the screen, and I can then see those values on an asset here. This one got updated to $10, for example. That's really it. So, you know, you might have a variety of reasons of doing this. Let's say you had some assets where someone made some changes that they weren't supposed to, and you're just now finding it, and you want to go in there and clean up the list. That's what you'd be doing. Find assets, add them to the list, clean up those charge types. You know, you could have assets you might necessarily have associated with templates, and you don't want to link with templates. I would highly suggest you do, but whatever, just one-offs, find the asset, fix the charge. That's what this would be a good starting place for. And also too, in some scenarios we've had situations where customers needed to get charges set up, but they didn't want to, you know, they had a value already in the system. Say they used a gauge cost. It's an older field in the software. You could just build out the charge types here, leave them at $0, and then update the cost using that gauge cost field. But it builds everything you need for the charges, including those filter boxes that you see right here. You might have need for those filter boxes. So that's just one particular use of this. Think of it very simply. Random ones, get them fixed. Alright, now add charges to template I think is more beneficial, because this is the point where we're saying, alright, we need to start controlling across a large variety of equipment what our charges are. So you can search, you can filter down in here. Let's say I don't want to do model. I'm going to find by type. Let's see something that caliper. We probably have a ton of calipers. Yes, we do. So right now I'm able to see every template I have that's a caliper. I can once I filter, I get this customize button, and I can kind of build out a query similar to what you're used to in the other filter boxes of just what values and what do I want in here. It's not as detailed as our normal filter boxes, but still allows you to build a specified result set. So once I'm in here, I want to update. I'm going to shift click all of these brown and sharps. For whatever reason now, we are going to start charging, let's say $50 on all of those. And when I do this, it's going to push all of that back to the template, which if there are any pieces of equipment associated with it that have charge type link, it's going to go ahead and update those. Also, looks like I've already got calibration charges on these. So you're going to get told, hey, it's already there. We can't do anything. But all you would do then is change it to update existing types. So that what it'll do then is just update the values that are there. Again, this is good, you're getting started with templates. You're getting started with managing your charges through templates. So update template charges is where I find the most benefit because, again, I can select all my templates, which will then update all of my pieces of equipment that are linked with it. But this is that example I mentioned briefly earlier about, it's time for our yearly price increase. So here you can update charges by a flat rate. Everything goes up $5. Percentage, we had a 3% price increase across the board. Very great to do. I think that's the one I probably see the most when I see support tickets of people asking about it and what they're trying to do. So that's the one that I would, my mind goes to immediately. You can update your internal charge because you've had some changes there. Discount by a fixed percentage. Anything really related to that charge that could change over a period of time. We have options there, as well as you could do update by fixed price. Now, flat rate means I add $5. Fixed price means now everything costs $5. And then you just update templates. Now, if you've had templates for a long time and you've got thousands of pieces of equipment, this can take longer to run. So you got an equipment progress bar, you got a template progress bar. If you're updating everything in your system by 3%, I tend to say set it, walk away for a minute, just leave that screen up, it's going to do its job. But really great tool for when you need to get those prices updated without a lot of hassle. Now, sometimes you've got a price book that means there's variation. You can't just hit by 3%. These import charges here is another great tool for it because you can get everything Excel, do your manual review, and then import them in, which will correct everything once you finish that. But that's Set Charges. You take this video, you take Angelina's videos, and hopefully you got a really good understanding of it. And hope for some people this is a new concept that maybe shows you some things you could be doing to better manage your charges, better manage your templates, and updating them over the course of time. Again, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to support@IndySoft.com. Thank you very much. You have a great day.